Hi guys, so I just finished my roundtable talk with Breavis and Stacy. I just forgot a couple of things that I want to mention. Oh, by the way, before that, I have to edit out some part of the video because requested by Breavis that he would like to keep it confidential for now, and then he will share it later on his channel. So just wait for when he's ready. He will share it to you guys. It's kind of interesting, so stay tuned on that one. The other things I forgot to mention on our 1 hour talk was the T&B are planning, to sell their house right now. I actually it's on the market, as I understand. We have seen the video. They were trying to sell it for like 3.5 or 3.8 million peso, and they said three houses. I don't know which three houses they mean by that. One, of course, is Nane house, and then one is their house, and then who's the third house? Is that the unfinished, house of James and Jessica? I don't know. And that if they do sell it, so I hope they can properly give the share to Jessica, which is she entitled to. What else? So yeah, I think that's it. And as you know, you are free to drop a comment, but just be very civil. Just think twice before you leave a comment. No personal attack or anything like that, because I just have no patience. I'm sorry, guys. You just can't argue with the troll, So I would find out, it's much better just to delete it and block it. Much easy, and we move on and be happy. All right, everybody. So this is round table 2. We are missing Severe, and I think Marvin said he wanted to join. Well, we'll see what happened. So welcome Breavis, and welcome Stacy. So I'm so happy that you guys are here. And now I'm doing my show part. I can put my can't see anything. This is a reading glass anyway. So today I wanna talk about Terrence and Beth, because this is a good news for me. It's a good news. I have been trying to expose them for a long time, and he was my priority. Brian was not my priority. I just fall into Brian, as I already told you guys. I don't have anything. It's not a personal thing for me, but Terrence is a kind of almost personal things. I really want. It's not my priority right now, but I really hopefully one day the BIR, will open their book and check their book, because there's so many things going on with Terrence and Beth. But the good news is this is good. You're going to hear from me. From what my sources told me, that their channel has been demonetized. I don't know if you guys know that. Demonetized.
I didn't know that.
That means they no longer getting money from YouTube. When you go to their channel, you see there's less and less commercial. I mean, there's still, even you're not monetized. Just like Stacy, I know that you're still not monetized, right? On your channel. YouTube might put commercial on your channel, but not a lot. So that's if you check, I really don't like to promote it, because for me, the less we talk about T&B, it's better, because the more you talk about it, it kind of you're promoting, actually. You're helping them. For me, my goal is to kind of shut it down, So anyway, and that's a good news. And the other things, I know a lot of people say, hey, why are you exposing them? They're good people. They're helping poor people, right? They're building houses. I don't know how many houses they build, like probably almost like 100, right? And then how about you? Like asking me, what do you do for the poor people, right? So I mean, everything sounds too good to be true, right? But here's I want to uh, share with you a Filipino blogger. He's a lawyer. He's a blogger. His name is Attorney Ronnie. Wrote it down. Oh, Libayan. I write something down and I cannot read my handwriting. Attorney Libayan. On his channel, if you watch his channel, he used Tagalog. He used because he catered to the Filipino people, but he speak very good English. He's a lawyer. He's a very good lawyer. And this is what he said about the poverty porn. He's against poverty porn. He said, okay, you guys, you keep supporting the poverty porn. You keep saying they're good people, they're helping people. But let me ask you this question. He's addressing to the Filipino people. The people that they help, right? You said they're helping the poor people. All right, you go back there in a month or 2 months. The people that they help, they're still poor. Think about it. While they enrich themselves. Look at them now. Just look at them driving a new truck. Like they pay for all cash 40,000. Now they live in this mansion. Who knows who owns it, right? We will address that. So if you think about what he said, it's true. These people that try to help the for poor Filipino, they're the one who's enriching themselves. The people still poor, they're just using them. So that's why I'm so against this poverty porn. But this is I told the other channel, I'm not going to make more video about Terrence and Beth because I'm just getting out. I don't like seeing this, as I'm from the Philippines, so I care about Philippines. And then when I see people taking, especially foreigner, taking advantage of the poor, it kind of doesn't sit me well. I just get very annoyed. But I'm trying to stay away from that. I just want to do a real blog because when I go to the Philippines, that's what I will be doing. A real blogging. And then so that's the thing that's I want to share with you and to the viewer. And I have said it. I don't know if you heard me say this. I said Beth was when they were trying to build a community. I said she would run for run for office. I said my guess was she was right. Is she going to be planning to run for mayor? And and I was right. Maybe a little bit late. Yeah, she did run for a councilwoman. She did run and she lost. And that said it all. She is in a small community. Breavis, you probably know that you in the Philippines. She is in a small community. She built almost 100 house, and she lost an election on a small community. What that's tell you? What's that tells you? You go, Breavis. What that tells you?
Well, I mean, politics is a whole nother animal. Some of these families that are into these, barangay captains, counselors, mayors,
Mm-hmm.
that's, they're political dynasties in some of these provinces. It's the same family over and over. It gets passed from father
Mm-hmm.
to daughter to grandchild. So for her to break into that, you know, I'm not sure. Like, so what did she run for? Was it mayor or barangay counselor? What
Councilwoman. It's just a very very low ranking. It's almost like it's nothing. It's councilwoman. It's the like an assistant to the mayor. It's a small community. Let me tell you how many voters that vote for her. 277. 277 voters vote for her. She just lost by 5 votes. So that tells you how small is the community. So if you are on a small community and then you build almost 100 house and you cannot win a council woman's election, that tells you they don't get the support of the Filipino, the local community. That's what I'm trying to say
was this?
here.
Was this a barangay counselor or a
Yeah,
city
barangay,
council?
barangay.
That's interesting. I mean, I'm not a huge follower of their channel, but I'm not sure if they've built most of these houses in a single barangay, or it's been multiple barangays
It,
throughout the
it I,
Talabang, Ubay, Patafe area?
yeah, it's just kind of spread out. It's spread out. It's not on a single. But doesn't matter if you build in a different barangay. You can always show that. And they've been to so many TV station, like those small station that try to promote their philanthropies. So yeah, I mean,
I mean, it could be a situation like a "What have you done for me lately" kind of situation where if she's already, I'll just throw a number out there. Let's say she built 40 houses in the barangay that she's running for barangay counselor. Okay, well, those people already got their house. Then some other candidate comes in and says they're going to give them 500 pesos. I mean, unfortunately, that's kind of how democracy works in the Philippines. It's a bit of a bastardized version where you
yeah.
kind of just have just vote buying. I mean, just naked vote buying completely. And if someone else, like, they got a OFW nurse cousin in Canada who
Mm-hmm.
is given a couple 100,000 pesos to buy votes in the barangay, and it's you really only need to win get 300 votes to win. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, who knows? I actually wasn't, like I said, I don't really follow their channel. Um, you know, they they're using kind of a time. I mean, you've talked about poverty porn. Poverty porn is a time-tested tactic that
Uh-huh.
nonprofit charity organizations have used for decades, centuries to gain empathy and contributions from donors. They show exploitative images from people living in destitute conditions, people
Mm-hmm.
sick with health conditions, and it kind of leaves us feeling uncomfortable, disconnected, somewhat guilty. And then we're conflicted that we're turning a blind eye to other people's suffering.
Uh-huh.
And, like, you get the PayPal link down there, and next thing you know, send a Balik Bayan box. So they've um they've sent they've done quite well. I mean, do you know what Terrence's job was back in the U.S.? Because he was Englishman who lived in the U.S. for decades. What was his career in the U.S.? Do you guys know?
I don't
I,
know, Breavis. I have no idea.
he was like he was doing like odd job. He's a craftsmanship, but he's kind of doing an odd job. He doesn't have a steady employment. Kind of yeah. That's what I learned about him. It was just an odd job, and then he also filed for bankruptcy, and that's why he went to the Philippines. He went to the Philippines. It's all public record. It's public record. It's not like a chismis or hearsay. It's a public record. So and then he went to the Philippines. As also on his blog, he said he came to the Philippines with two, I believe, is it 500 or 2,000? I can't remember. With in the pocket and a suitcase, that's it. But now he is building an empire because of through the poverty porn, and then he tried to. He's very good. He's a good talker. He said that one of the famous quote, subscriber uh, empower us to do what we do, and also the subscriber want us to help, and the subscriber wants to help, and they do. So it's a he's a very you know very good talkers, very smooth. But I tell you, I know him. I can smell him from a distance. Men like that, and then he's always surrounded himself with young kids. It's kind of very odd. By the way, I have no problem with age gap. I don't care if there's a 50 years. I know some foreigner have a problem with that. I don't, because I know the situation in the Philippines, but that's just my opinion. But it's not like that, with them. Would you think that if you, let's say, in his shoe, marry you're 80 years old, marry a young Filipina, and then you want to spend more time with your Filipina, But it's hard, you every time you see they go away, they have to bring three kids not related to him. It's always that way, sometimes more. It's kind of very odd. It's a very odd relationship. And of course, when I try to expose it, some people say, "Oh, you're just jealous," because they have no argument. They just use, "You're just jealous." What would I be jealous about? For what? I have more than him. That's for why would I be jealous? And I don't like his lifestyle. I don't like his
Do you think he came over here with the intention of being a poverty pimp, or it just sort of happened and he kind of fell into it and got a
it
couple
fell yeah
donors?
it
You think it
fell
just
in
happened naturally?
he was I believe he started when he get involved with that, and then they went to a same church. The church at the time was actually it was the show of Blind Owl. Dan and Murphy was who was started to build, but Dan doesn't have this smooth talker like Terrence. So he tried to try to just like me. I'm not a smooth talker. I don't have the even I was a sales rep in the Philippines. I'm not a smooth talker to ask for Stacy. Can you please feel sorry for me, Stacy? Please give me some money. I don't I don't have that smooth. I'm not like that. And I have
Yeah.
my pride. I will not ask. If
Mm.
somebody give me money, I just felt embarrassed. So I'm very confident of myself. So I don't, I cannot take it, when not except if my boss give me a bonus, I don't, I'll take it right away. But somebody else, I cannot, I just cannot, even when I'm poor, I just cannot take people money. So that's why I'm trying to teach people, you don't lose your pride, you cannot bow down because to the money, I've been poor before. I've been poor. I'm telling you, I've been almost out of the street, but I still maintain my pride, my dignity. Don't lose it. So he just felt from he see the opportunity. He saw the opportunity, and then I think the first one was it was during Christmas time, during Christmas season when everybody having this holiday spirit, and then I believe he was showing this woman has a spinal back problem, Nisa,
I
and then
remember that.
he and I was talking to, by the way, Ruth Simon. I've been communicating with Ruth Simon, and Ruth Simon was the one who donated to them for Nisa. And then we all know the story. I don't know. Did you heard about that, Stacy? About Nisa? They were trying to help her with the spinal problem.
Seemed like I remember something. No, I think it's somebody else I'm thinking about. There's one person I know they was trying to help. Was it a young person, like a teenager?
Young. I don't not a teenager. It's I think probably I don't know how old is Nisa. Probably in the 20, and then I think she is a mother too. I'm not quite sure. Could not remember.
Okay, I don't hardly watch Terrence and Beth like I used to. I used to didn't watch. I used to watch them a little bit, but now I might watch if they put out 20 videos. I might watch one for like a few seconds. I just don't watch. I just can't get into them no more. I mean,
Yeah,
like I
Well,
said, I
they're
don't have
putting out
nothing
close
against
to
them, but
20 videos a day.
yeah.
yeah, I mean,
That tells you that they're really into money. It's
hmm
as Terrence has said it. We are in the business of entertaining, right? It's not about philanthropy, not about helping the poor, but entertaining. That's what
yeah.
they put out too many video. I mean, now I'm so happy that the Filipino are waking up. Nobody's watching their video, their trash video anymore. Uh,
No,
there's
yeah. Go ahead. I'm
the,
sorry. Go ahead,
no
Jimbo.
no. Go ahead. What you gonna say,
But
Stacy?
anyway, yeah. If you notice, go back when they first started. Heck, they was getting what 100 something thousand views plus. Now they Heck, I get more views than they do. I ain't got but what 180. I only have 180 people.
You're
I get
doing
more
great.
views, as much as views as they do now, and they got what? I don't remember how many they got. 100,000 plus or more. I don't remember how many they got.
Oh yeah, yep. Once at one time, they were generating like 100,000 view what per video. Some of
Yeah.
them even run into million. There,
Mm-hmm.
I have shared this before that this they were making like and Terrence said it on the video. He said, okay, we are making like 7,000, 6,000 a month, 6 to 7,000 just for YouTube alone. 6 to 7,000 a month at that time when they were
Dang.
running high. Now that is excluding the super chat, the PayPal or donation backdoor, that's excluded, right? It's just for the YouTube alone. He said it 6 7, and then I can prove that from when you go to the site that Social Blake, you can see from there. Then there's a this is Terrence is when you said about like scammer, this is a masterpiece, and he created this little bit rich. He created this fantasy little bit rich. He said little bit rich is the mentor. It's their mentor teaching them how to run the YouTube, right? And then little bit rich is also not only mentor but also a very generous donor. Giving them 100,000 for the swimming pool, give them 100,000 for the truck or whatever. And then this I ask you, if Little Bit Rich is the mentor of about YouTube, so Little Bit Rich should know that Terrence and Beth was making 6 to 7,000 just for the YouTube. What do you think that Little Bit Rich still need to give them 100,000 peso to build a swimming pool, or to buy a car, or to give them a trip to luxury trip to whatever, to Hong Kong or whatever,
Oh, so
right?
that's how they
Yeah.
get. So that's how Terrence got that truck. Was somebody giving it to him or donating
No,
a
no,
lot of
no.
money?
That's what he wants people to uh, like that just it's not true. It's all his money. He was just saying it to get people to donate more money backdoor.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm not sure. I believe that number of 6 to 7,000 US per month that they were making, that might have been their absolute peak best month ever in their 7 years they've been online. I did a quick research on their channel. I didn't really go in depth on their social blade metrics, but
mhm.
a quick, easy metric to look at how much money people make on YouTube is just look at their total views and divide by basically you say a million views is $1,000. So
Mhm.
they've got 136 million views. So that means they made 100 roughly. I mean, give or take. There's lots of different circumstances, but if they've got 136 million views, they've made $136,000 off YouTube, which in 6 7 years, that's only what, $2,000 a month. I mean, $2,000 a month is good. It's enough to live on out here. But I think they're getting it from Super Chat. They got a few donations. I think they did get involved with some sort of charity, licensed DSWD approved charity, because there was a time a couple years ago. Um, he was probably just making pity videos, but he was talking about how he was getting deported and they were going to do all this to him, and he had these meetings with the DSWD, and I think he got some sort of approved charity, and he funnels his donor money into that, and he's got a few bleeding heart viewers that see it, and I'll be honest, like when I saw that video of that lady, I'm guessing mid to late 20s, early 30s, who had the curvature of her spine, and you got Terrence putting his arm around her, holding her, and like I'll just be honest, this was years ago, and it was one of the first videos I saw. It almost brought a tear to my eye, and I was thinking, like, this guy, he's doing God's work, and then you start to really research him, and you realize, like, this is a wily old fox. Like, here's the thing about Terrence, like, he's smart. Like, don't let that soft-spoken old 82-year-old man like just trying to help everybody. Like Terrence is very very smart.
Hmm.
So there's guys who have been trying to go after Terrence. I think GD Needs even trying to go after Terrence a little bit. And I told
Mhm.
GD Needs, focus on your hog. Like Terrence is borderline untouchable. He's probably got a few DSWD officials or
No, no.
BIR people that he goes to their birthday parties or built a house in their barangay, like did something to help them out. Like, um, I don't think YouTube trolls are going to take down Terrence. I
Uh,
think he's too strong for that. Too
yeah,
smart too.
yeah.
Yeah.
But let me tell you though, there's no such thing as untouchable in the Philippines. Okay, so everything is money talk. All right, there's no such thing as untouchable, and then it doesn't matter. Terrence. He can parade his police chief. It doesn't matter. It's not untouchable. So you got to know how to do it. And then the way to do it is not through social media. Well, no, let me take it back. It's not through making a video, to do it. You have to do it, the Filipino way. We do it, silent, quietly, behind the scene. That's how you do it. A talking head, try to expose them. It's not gonna cut it. Actually, it's gonna help their view. So, uh, but like I said, I'm not gonna, making more video about them. I just want, because that only helping them. Who knows? But they are not my priority right now, because life is short. I got to enjoy my life. But when I got the chance, I want to make sure that the BIR open their books. That's my, my hopefully that will happen. Anyway, so that's about. Let's see. My By the way, I just want to comment because I see on the other channel they're talking about the mansion. They live in this mansion. This is according to Terrence. This is a house of millionaire John S. Right, John S. We all know John S. like children, also just like Terrence. But this is very odd. This is my opinion, right? So what's going on with that house building? It seems like it just stopped house building. If this is supposed to be John S. Millionaire home, it should be have completed already, right? I think the last time we see John S. was in the Philippines like maybe 4 years ago, before the lockdown. And what's going on, right? I have two scenario, right? I have two scenario. One scenario was that house was not John S. house. Was actually it's Terrence and Beth house. They were just saying that it was John S. house. Why I say that? Look at the house. It's big. It's nice. And look at the furniture. What kind of furniture? For a millionaire, a small table for sit for 4 people, a small refrigerator for probably for 2 people. What kind of furniture, appliance and furniture, in that house. So that that's my take. It's their house. It's not John S. house. They were just saying it. And then second, maybe the other scenario was something happened to John S. Something happened to John S. And now they were just like a squatter. They know something happened to John S. So they say, okay, now this house is free. Why don't we go and live there? So that's my two scenario. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who this John S. person is, but I don't know if y'all saw my video. It's been a couple 3 months back. My neighbor here, he's a multi-billionaire, and he's got two refrigerators that are huge. I mean, completely huge. How many millionaires have you seen with a small refrigerator? None. I don't care if they're in the Philippines. No millionaire in any
Mm-hmm.
country is going to have a small refrigerator. There's no way. Something don't sound right there. And a small table for a millionaire? No. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm just throwing my opinions out there. No.
Well, it's true because I saw the video that you posted, your neighbor. I mean, you see chef stove. You know, they have a chef stove, a big refrigerator. You know, a
Yeah,
freezer. That's a millionaire home, right? Not like
yeah. Yeah.
so that is something right there. It's not, you know, you can. It doesn't sound right. You know. So anyway, that's what I want to.
So I think it's a little closer to your scenario number two, Jimbo, that John S. may have just been a gullible guy living up in northern Bohol and kind of fell under the spell of Terrence and Beth because Terrence he's that silver tongued devil and he kind of can talk his way into things and like a lot of guys that come to the Philippines, like you got everybody. I mean, half the guys I meet here all claim to be millionaires, and it's just not true. Um, so maybe John S. First of all, I don't know who John S. is. I don't really watch Terrence and Beth channel, so I'm just kind of like speaking in generalities here. But a lot of guys come out here and they've got all plans to do this, plans to do that, and they're they have health issues and then they go back home and life takes over back home and next thing you know maybe their wife is still here but their wife like she's not from that area, she doesn't need to live in that big house, so she'll just rent it out to Terrence and Beth for 15,000 20,000 pesos a month. And John S is Terrence and Beth calling him a millionaire, like maybe that's Terrence and Beth just kind of building him up, making him feel good, like talking positively about him. So they'll let him rent the house for cheaper. There's always some sort of angle these guys are working, but are they living in that house? I don't know. I mean, we'll never know unless you go stake out the house and find out.
Hmm.
But my gut is that John S. just came out here, built a house, maybe had some sort of split with his wife. Wife goes back to the province. Terrence and Beth move into that house. John S. is still watching the channel, donating under the spell of Terrence and Beth. I mean, it's probably Occam's razor. The simplest explanation is the most likely one.
I
Yeah.
mean, that can
Anything is
happen.
possible, but
I wish I really wish that Breavis you can be a detective. You can go underground and maybe pretend to be a rich bachelor, and then you want to go there and throw in some money and find out more.
I almost got Boss Hog. I had him. He was messaging me for a good week solid every day, trying to get me to buy land when I went to his house. And I mean, to catch a predator, you must become the prey. And so I set myself up as a kind of a naive, deep pocket land buyer. And I reeled Boss Hog in. I'll show you all the text messages one of these days. But yeah, I had him going good. So Terrence and Beth, like, I mean, I might have blown my cover, so I'm not sure that I could kind of go operate clandestinely there like I did initially.
Maybe you have a friend that maybe can do that. That will be very. That will be like you're gonna be famous if you break this. you tell this is the Godfather of Bohol. This is the best in Bohol, and if you break this, you're gonna be famous. People will be just think about that.
For as prolific of YouTubers as they are, they do somewhat fly under the radar. I mean, they post so many videos. We're literally talking 20 videos a day, like 5, 6, 7,000 videos a year. So they've got 30, 40,000 videos up. I mean, most of them don't get a lot of views. I mean, my channel, Stacy's channel, we're micro channels and we get more views than they get. I
hmm
mean,
Right now, yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
and you too, Jimbo. You get more views than they get. I mean, obviously, we're not putting out 20 videos a day. We're probably putting out like 5 to 10 videos a month, but they're not compared to their 600 videos a month. But
no,
they're definitely pumping the videos out. Like, I mean, I'm assuming it's all Beth doing all the work behind it, like uploading it and
Yeah,
getting that done.
it's all bad. And then that's the thing. So also with this foreigner marry a Filipina, and especially when they were doing something like this, uh, Terrence always said that this is all bad. You know, she's the brain. She's the brain. She's the the one who took the video, uploaded. She's kind of give her the full credit, right? And then of course, Beth was so happy that she's getting all this attention, getting all this. But in reality, she's not seeing what I'm saying. Do you know what I'm going here right now, Brevis?
Well, I mean, first of all, there's literally no videography skills from Beth. Like, she's not editing the video. She's not putting
But
like
yeah,
graphics
but
up
that's
or
not
music.
important. That's not important. What I'm saying, the real motive of Terrence doing that. What is the real motive of pumping Beth? Give her the full credit. What is it? I don't
I'm
know
not sure.
if you can see what I'm seeing.
I'm not sure.
All right. So the reason Terrence was doing that, give all the credit to Beth. So if something happens, something knock on the door, kick in, or something like that happen, and then he said, "Hey, you know what? It's everything is. I have nothing to do with this. It's all my wife. She's the brain. She's the one. She's the one who doing the book, doing the video, doing the upload. I have nothing. I'm just an act, and I'm just helping her. And then she can, he can just walk out scotch free.
Mhm. uh,
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah, you're
let
right.
me say one thing right quick, Brevis. I noticed Beth looks like she has lost weight. Is she on a diet or is she sick or something? Does anybody
She,
know?
she's depressed because like you would be depressed also when you were making 7,000 or maybe 10,000, and now they got nothing. And then they try to run like a GoFundMe right now. They have a somebody in Florida, one of Terrence's neighbor was running a GoFundMe for them. It's not clicking. Nobody is baiting to give them any more funding.
Yeah.
So you can see from her face. I can see from her face. She was like depressed. So that's my uh what couple of things I want to point out. Is I want to address. I was hoping Marvin was here because Marvin will kind of defend it. And he used to be defending it. Said leave baby faith alone. And I totally agree with that. But I want to make some point about baby faith. I know the other channel will keep pounding on this one, right? This is just my humble opinion, all right? My humble opinion. There's nothing to see there of baby faith, all right? For me, that's just my honest opinion. I don't see anything criminal or anything like that
Yeah.
on baby faith. Why? Why do I say that? I know Brice would not agree with me because based on that video that Dennis, who was the one who initiate all the fundraising, and then he make like a spreadsheet, send it to Brian. And why did Dennis do that? Because he want to refer the one who donated to that channel. Dennis doesn't want to do the video, so he has to use Brian. So basically, Brian was just showing what was sent, and the total was, I believe, was like 1,200,000 or 1,300,000 peso. And do you think that and then I know other channel was saying that they probably pocket the whole thing or give just a little bit to the mother, baby faith mother? I don't think that is true, because if that happened, the mother would have said something. The mother is a smart young lady. And if you I have seen a video of her house now. He has a have you guys seen her house? She have
You
a
talking
big
about,
house.
you talking
She
about
have a big baby faith
baby
mother.
face movie?
She have a big house right now. She is
Oh,
living
really?
very comfortable. So that's,
Wow.
I'm not saying that's not bad, because that's what's the money donated that to for them, to help them. So she was able to build a very nice house for herself. So that, for me, if you wanna like expose somebody, expose them the truth. But if there's nothing there to see, move on. Because if you keep playing that part, now the new viewer will not believe you anymore. You have to be, when you try to expose somebody, you have to be very honest. Otherwise, it's not gonna work. I just hope.
Yeah, but Jimbo, you don't know about any backdoor donations that came to the Hog. Like Hog's a stone cold con man. So as far as like that spreadsheet, like whose word are we going off on the spreadsheet? Did Hog include all the donations that came in, or did he keep a little bit on the backside? Like we don't know that. So I mean, all I know is that
the
Hog's a con man.
the spreadsheet was from Dennis, the one who are accepting the donors money is Dennis. Boss Hawk has nothing, or Brian has nothing to do with that. All he
Who's
was,
Dennis? What is his relation to all this? I'm not
they
sure.
okay. I also exposed this on my channel. I exposed this. This is I get it from Beth, because Beth just one day just share it on the video. I'm the first one who exposed it. Then it's supposed to be somebody who felt sorry for baby Faith mother, and maybe at that time, yeah, he did feel sorry, try to help, with good intention. But at the same time, I think he also maybe has interest in baby Faith mother, because Beth has shared it on the video, that the two of them have a relationship. So
Well, that's compromised right there. And so, is this Dennis guy? Is he in the Philippines, or is he just a
he's a
busyball?
Canadian. He's a Canadian. He's I already checked the background. He's in the construction business, so he has some money. The
So,
man has some
have
money.
you, have you ever been to the Philippines? Do we
I
know
don't know.
that?
I don't know about that. I don't know.
You'd be surprised how many of these guys that get involved like this, like, have never been to the Philippines. Period. So,
I
do
have
we? I
no
mean,
clue.
he might. Babyface's mom just might be his chat mate, and is he going to sell her out and like say negative things about her, or like we don't know that there was backdoor money going into Hogg and Terrence. We'll never know. I mean, unless we get like you said, the BIR looks under the hood. Like
Yeah,
we're
but
dealing
yeah,
with con money.
but what I'm trying to say is, because other channel were talking about based on that spreadsheet, there's nothing to see there. All right. So Dennis have also have donated to Terrence and Beth, personally. This man has money. He has personally donated. So there's nothing to see there. So what I'm trying to say, because I don't want to do this anymore. It's for the other channel. Don't try to sell this as there's something there. you know you try to expose them the truth. Go hard on the truth, but not this. There's nothing to see there. All right,
Well,
because
you're putting a lot of trust in a spreadsheet, and how was that spreadsheet compiled? By who? What were their motives? Like,
that
what
was that's
information did
that's
they
what I'm
have?
saying. That was Dennis. It's in Dennis' hand. That was Dennis who sent the spreadsheet. Boss Hawk was just making a video. That's it. So I
So if people gave Boss Hog money for Baby Faith, did Boss Hog give that money
I
to Dennis and include that in the
No, no,
spreadsheet?
no, no,
I
no.
mean,
This is the fundraising Dennis have accumulated. I think maybe in Canada through like some kind of a fundraising. That's what according to the video. You can watch the video again. But I'm just saying, they should just maybe, I don't know. It's just my humble opinion. If they want to continue pounding on that, I have nothing else to add. But for me, there's nothing there, nothing to see. Move on that baby faith. Anyway,
yeah, I mean, I don't want to beat a dead horse on this, like Baby Faith matter, but I'm just gonna say any fundraiser that Boss Hog's involved in, I'm going to assume he's pilfering funds for his own.
Breavis, you're missing the point. That was not a fundraising by Brian Smith. That was Dennis who do all the fundraising for Babyface. That's not Brian Smith. I don't know
Well, like I said, the whole point is you don't know if Hog raised any money. Maybe money was donated to the Hog, and do you think that money got sent over to Baby Faith through Dennis? Like Hog probably just kept it.
We don't know that. But what I'm trying to say, when they were making a video about that spreadsheet, there's nothing to see there. There's nothing to see. You make another video if you have like if you can prove that he did receive money, okay, fine. But otherwise, why keep pounding on that one? Wasting time. Move on. Go to some concrete with some evidence, and then there's more. You can, the whole thing when you try to expose somebody, you want the truth. So at least it will stick. Otherwise, it's not going to stick. That's just my opinion. Anyway, let's go.
We don't have proof, but anytime con men are involved in fundraisers, I'm suspect. I have a lot of suspicions on a situation like that. And we had two proven con men raising money. Whether the funds were funneled through them and given or reported by them or someone else handled the money, it's just something's fishy when you got Hog raising money. That's all I'm saying.
Any opinion from you, Stacy? Have you thought about the Babyface?
Yeah, I've seen videos on that. I've seen where Brian did a video on that. I'm not going to say
You're
too much
frozen,
on that
Stacy.
because, nothing against you, Breavis. I'm like you, Jimbo. There's not really no
Can you hear me, Jimbo?
concrete proof.
Yeah.
Concrete proof on that.
Stacy's
but like
frozen,
say,
right?
No.
It's just. I'm sorry, Breavis. Go ahead.
You're good. No, you're back. You were frozen for a minute there, Stacy. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. No, I mean I really ain't got no opinion on that. But I have to kind of agree with Jimbo. There's unless you have evidence, like Jimbo said, concrete proof that they was getting money from the back door. I mean, yeah, why keep talking about it? Like Jimbo said, if you move along on that, get away from that, and if you want to catch them, get something concrete. Get something with proof. Then you can nail them.
Let me ask you. Let me change the subject a little bit. Have you? I know Stacy have been donating to some channel, but have you ever give donation to a blogger previous?
Like literally $2, like a couple years ago. I've given. I think one. Maybe like 4 years ago, there was a female vlogger down in Dumageddon that I kind of liked, and I gave her like $2, and like no, I've never met her, nothing came of it. But yeah, that's it. I don't donate.
Okay, so not for this like a whole blogger, and you never donated to any. Okay, all right.
I'm not going to say I never will, but no, I probably never will.
Okay, so let me ask Stacy this. I was going to ask Severe because I know Severe has donated to Consing, and I don't know. I just want to know your opinion, Stacy. Have you donated to Consing by any chance?
No. The only time I gave money, I gave money to Brian. Of course, y'all seen that a little bit, and a little bit to Gina, a little bit, and there's some vloggers here in America. I think I might have gave them $5 or $10. That's the only time I've ever gave money. Like I say, it wasn't $5 or $10 to this other person here in America. I mean, they had nothing to do with the Philippines, but that's it. I mean, but as far as Consing, no.
Okay, so now we have seen that Consing has, she owns so many land. She owned, of course, where she live right now, she owned it's quite a nice size of land, and then she sold the mountain land to Mike and Brian, the other Brian. And then later we she, I just saw a video that she was trying to sell another land that she owned closer to the main road. So when you see that, how do you feel now? And then all of a sudden you think this is a poor woman, and then just realize, this woman could probably have more, more asset than you and me, or Breavis. I don't know. How
Yeah,
would you feel?
yeah, yeah. Wouldn't be too happy with that. I mean, I know she sold that one to Mike and Brian, whatever their names are, and is you saying
Mhm.
she's selling more land again? So how much does she
Yep.
really have that we don't know about? That's
They presented a video that she have another land that she want to sell. It's much closer to the main road. So this, I assume it will be more money because it's closer to the main road. So
hmm
that's what I'm trying. That is why I am trying to, when I was try to expose this type of blogger is. I just don't want people to be wasting, because I know people, especially foreigners that owns like a tight social security. Uh, Not like Breavis. Breavis is okay, if he wants to throw away a couple of hundred, I wouldn't say a thing. But my concern was for somebody on a social security, and then feel bad for for this these people, and especially Terrence. He's a master. He's a master of his craft. He make you feel you are obligated. You living in U.S., you have such a good life. All everything you have, but you are obligated to help all these Philippine people, the poor people. It's not his obligation, but it's you, the viewer. You, the viewer, it's your responsibility. Otherwise, they're going to go hungry. I just went to their Facebook page, and all they were posting was about this kind of disabled kids, something like that. Try to get people again to split their hard-earned dollar. So you can. This is a master class. Asking without
hmm
really asking. It's a master class. So that's the only point I was making all those videos to stop. Hopefully that the people will not throw away the hard-earned money, because one day, if you're the one who fall on hard time, who's gonna give you?
yeah,
That's
nobody.
just my. And then but now it's time to move on. I don't want to do that anymore, because it doesn't benefit me one bit. It doesn't benefit me one bit. I think if you're still not awake of all the video, I don't know, nothing will. Nothing will. So anyway, let's see. I have a list. I just write down about all kind of lists. So I think I cover everything. Just for me, it just, village people. I was disappointed with village people. Village people. Let me just say, village people. I think I think she's honest. She's honest of what she's doing. I was just disappointed that she continued to take money from Jeff, which is, I feel like it's a racist. He's racist. You talk about me, a racist against Filipino and also American people. But then I have shared that with village people, and she says she doesn't care. She doesn't care, because it's important for her is to help build that house. But then when I say that she was honest, because now she already stopped doing the charity things, even though she's a license, and she give you the receipt of your donation. She's just not good. she's not good just like me, not good. I thought about that. I when I a couple of years ago, I was thinking about what I was watching Terrence. I say, that's what I want to do. I want to help. I want to make it different. When I go back to the Philippines, I want to make it different. And did you guys know that I almost donated to Terrence and Beth at
Oh,
one
wow.
time?
No, I didn't know that.
Just like I think you said that, right, Breavis? I think you have said that you feel bad when you watch the Nisa, right? Nisa video, you feel so bad, right? I was watching also. I was new. I never liked the expat blogger. I don't really into. I'm not into YouTube, but for some reason, Terrence came over because I was trying to watch something. What's going on now with the Philippines? I want to see what's going on. And then the video came, and the first time I watched him, I didn't like it. I didn't like it, but it keep YouTube keep recommend to me. I don't know why. So and then I watch again, and then all of a sudden I like after maybe third or fourth time, I kind of glued to that. I said, oh, they're doing something. I think great. They're building houses for the poor, and it at that time it was also during the holiday time. When we during the holiday season, especially you live in the U.S., it's kind of motivate to give something back. This is like a culture, I think. Uh, so while I was watching this, I said, wow, building a house make a difference for like I can be wrong. I don't know how much is it. Maybe what 50,000 peso. Don't quote me on that, right? And I was say, oh, maybe I can donate 3 houses. Imagine that I donate 3. That will make me feel so good, right? So I was gonna donate to Terrence, and then all of a sudden one video came. He was talking about the troll. He was saying, to you troll, blah 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 blah, and I was like, wait a minute, what is he talking about? I don't even know what is a troll. I have to Google it. What is a troll? Because I'm not into YouTube yet at that time. And then I start to Google troll. What's that mean? And I was like, why is he? Why would somebody attack him? This is a righteous man. Why would people attack him for doing something, building houses for the poor? And then I start to look closer to look at everything he's doing, and I said, boom, I get it. I get it. So anyway, that's my story about the.
Yeah.
But guys, by the way, if you, I don't know, especially Brevis, have you watched my interview with Mitch?
I did. I think I didn't. You did like a two-part interview, right? I think I
Two-part
watched one
interview.
of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched one of them.
Yeah, that's if you have not watched that video, because that's that will tells you everything. Be very careful. Try to be. He always invite the foreigner to come visit them for life changing. But what's really it's a life changing. It's true. You will go home poor. You will you will break your pocket. So
Well, with Mitch, there's the old adage, a fool and his money are soon parted. And whether Mitch's life savings lasted him 2 years or 3 years or 4 years, it wasn't going to last forever. He was going to burn through that money. He got involved with that. There was a video of Mitch. He went out to some mountain barring guy, lined up like 100, 200 people in line, and gave everybody 500 pesos. Literally, Mitch is at the front of the line, and here's your 500 pesos. Shake their hand, and Mitch gave 20, 30,000 pesos out for what?
Wow.
Like, I mean, and then a year later, he's broke working back in Australia or Romania or wherever he is.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, he was not going to last. Whether he lasted 2 years or 3 years, that's the only question there was. But yeah, he was gonna burn out fast. Yeah,
yeah,
I honestly feel bad for the guy.
yeah. I mean, that's why I interview him, because I feel bad. I think he's getting a bad rap on because of his look maybe, and then people were thinking that were saying that he has this underage girl, which is not true. The girls, the Filipina, were all legal age. And then we had found out the truth that it was the Filipina who was screwing him, not the other way around. It was the Filipina who was screwing it. And then this is from the Filipino community find out. That's why they start to bash the Filipina. They
And
find out
isn't
that
that same Filipina now Alfred's wife? The
yeah,
character
well,
Alfred?
yeah, Mitch have two. That's one of them is now with Alfred.
See, that's now I said earlier, Terrence is a smart man, and one of the ways he built his channel, and he taught the hog well, and then the hog taught Gina. So Terrence's legacy will live on even if he passes in the near future, just through Hog, and then Hog taught Gina. So it's like generations going on, and who knows who's going to learn next, who Hog or Gina will teach next. But one of the things that made Terrence so successful were the characters on his channel, specifically Alfred. Like Alfred has starred in what 150, 250 different videos that Terrence has put out there. How much money is
Thousand, thousand.
Terrence could be? Yeah, it could be 800, 900. I mean, it's an amazingly high number. And how much money has been monetized through Alfred? And I found that story a little odd that here's this guy that apparently had emailed Terrence. Terrence never replied. And then a few months later, Alfred just shows up at the hilltop looking for love. And next thing you know, Terrence puts him in a house and, starts filming him. And Terrence, that wily old fox, he knew like he had a moneymaker right there. Like that was a prime character. And all you had to do was put Alfred in the title and it gets triple, quadruple the views of any other video he puts out. It was entertaining, and that's how I learned about Terrence years ago. Do you guys remember the Canadian Muslim guy named, I think his name was Alan Muhammad, and he was going broke. He overstayed his visa and he needed to go back to Canada, and he was like looking for Yamashita's gold. He was like a treasure hunter out in Bohol. You guys remember that guy? It was about 4 years ago.
I only watched one video. That's it. I think one or
Look
two
up,
video.
go on Terrence's channel and look up Alan the Canadian,
Yeah,
Allen, and there's about a dozen or so videos about this guy. And I was on a message board and this got linked to it. Like, here's this scammer looking for Yamashita's gold and he has no money. And he's like some 60-year-old Syrian or Egyptian immigrant to Canada. And then he's working his way out to Bohol and he's looking for Yamashita's gold. Terrence finds him and a little bit rich, finances his plane ticket, pays his visa fees. They put him on a one-way flight back. And he actually had a pretty cute young wife. Like this guy's like probably 60, mid 60s, and he had like honestly like a pretty cute like 22-year-old Filipina, and they were supporting his Filipino wife and all that. And it's just one of those things. Like it built his channel was having these characters like Alfred or Alan the Canadian, and I think Hog also realized that. That's why he would put like Gabriel or Nerio or Tatai on the show, trying to get or Consing, trying to get characters on his channel that people would follow and build interest on his channel. So it's a proven concept, and it's worked quite well for Terrence through the years.
yeah. Yeah, that's true. That let me just chime in on Alfred and also the Canadian. The Canadian turned out to be a good. For me, it's a good man because I remember watching a video and then at that time Terrence and Beth trying to help the family, the wife, and then the Canadians told Terrence that what, I'm supporting my family. Just I don't want to have anything anymore to do because he doesn't like. Chance go there and filming, his wife and children. He said, I don't want to have anything to do with that. Don't worry about my family. I'm supporting. That's it. Get out. So that's why I like I like what he did on that one. And then going back to Alfred. Alfred, at first Terrence doesn't like Alfred. Why Terrence doesn't like Alfred? Because Alfred is very cheap. He couldn't get the money out of Alfred. Alfred is cheaper than Terrence. All right. But then when Terrence realized Alfred was a big hit on his channel, so he has to ride along. Forget about the getting money from Terrence. He can generate it from the view. That's why he kind of stay with Alfred. But at first, if you watch the early part, they are fighting. They cannot get along when Alfred stay in their property. That's why there's and there's a drama about the jealousy. They have to torn down the house or something like that. So Alfred have to leave, or I don't know. Anyway, so that's my story. It's yeah, he is he's a very very skillful, especially when the other things that I want to mention is if you are a foreigner watching this, never get associated with if you're thinking of getting a Filipina, especially from that region, in the Terrace and Bed village. Forget about it. Those Filipina have already been brainwashed. Being brainwashed, they are not the province girls anymore that you would think. They all have this high tech, phone. They always on the chat. So just be very careful. Stay away from from that village. Anyway, so Stacy, you have a Filipina? Do you have a Filipina that you?
Yeah, they're in Bohol,
Oh, they're
Taliban.
also. Oh, in Taliban. You're kidding. Oh my goodness. Oh, we got boots on the ground. we got the boots on the ground. Oh my goodness. So you're Filipina, no Terrence in bed, right?
I don't know. I've never asked her. I'm
Oh,
sure she's probably seen them. I'm sure she's probably seen Brian. I'm sure out and about. But you know, but I don't even ask her about them, or because last time I was there was in 2019, and that's about the
oh,
time I really started watching them good. So
yeah.
When are you going
Ask.
back?
I'm hoping next year. I'm hoping that's my plan. I was wanting to go next this year, but didn't make it. But I'm hoping next year.
Ask your Filipina to watch the Filipino lawyer, attorney Ronnie Libayan. He is a very popular channel. He speak Tagalog on his channel, but he was against poverty porn, and at the same time, but now he's not talking about poverty porn. He's moved on. He's like has his favorite person right now is Tulfo.
Yeah.
He doesn't like tofu, so he kind of changed his channel. But yeah, ask your Filipina, watch attorney Ronnie Libayan, about this. When he talked about poverty, stay away from poverty porn. Anyway, so that's good to know. Yeah, I wish Marvin were here because Marvin has a lot of you know involved also with some of the blogger. I was just trying to just be very careful with Filipino blogger, and then don't get. It would be like watching a soap opera. I don't know, for. Do you feel that way, Breavis? Watching these Philippine bloggers like watching a soap opera, you sometimes get addicted to it.
Oh yeah, it's a guilty pleasure of mine. I got to admit, it's pure entertainment for me. Like, I hope Boss Hog never leaves YouTube. I hope he, uploads videos daily for the rest of his life. I mean, it's just, it's honestly, I get that like Schadenfreude emotion. Like, you kind of just take joy watching someone else fail, and the drama. There's been a few other. It seems to be mainly Americans getting in a lot of this drama with other YouTubers, and it seems like there's always like a guy back in the U.S. that's fighting with a guy that's here, and it's entertainment, man. Like I should be more productive with my time, but yeah, I'm retired, so
I
I like watching YouTube.
I mean, I hear you. You know, it's entertainment for you, but you know what? I'm getting sick of this fighting between you know, the latest between Team K and other. You know, it just I don't know. So now I'm start to, you know, open my eyes. I don't even know when I go back to the Philippines. I don't think I want to be like too much association with the expat community. You know, it just it depends. There are some that I like, but I'm not going to be too open. You know, I will just probably blogging for myself. It's just getting sickening to me. You know, it's not my
Yeah.
type of things. I don't like that fighting. Yeah, I like to be more peaceful. And the other things, but I forgot what I'm gonna say. This is my problem. I want to say something and then I forgot what I'm going to
So
say, and then it will come
are
back.
you gonna retire in Florida, or are you coming back to the Philippines for
Uh,
retirement?
well, here's the thing. Uh, if I'm smart, I will lie to my viewer. Hey, I'm retiring in the Philippines. If I'm smart, I have to say that, right? Just the same thing I was saying when I'm doing a food blogging. If I'm smart, I have to say, oh, so delicious. Everything I showing is delicious because people like that. But that's not me. I'm always have to be honest with myself. I don't know. With that part, I don't know. I might just go back and forth for now, because I have to see. I have to see if I would. I'm not. You know, if I like to be in the Philippines full time, I don't know. So for now, might have to go back and forth. You know. So can you?
Right.
What do you think? Are you comfortable in the Philippines? Would you say you would stay there for the for a long time?
Well, I've always said this isn't forever. I don't plan on being here forever. I would say a 10-year max. I'll be here. It's been 18 months.
And
So
and then
I got
what?
another.
And then what? What after 10 years? What are you coming back here?
Well, I've got a property in Long Beach, California, that's going to be paid off in December 2028. In
Hmm.
61 months, it'll be paid off. And then I've got to go and establish residency, get like a water bill in my name, and I've got to live there 6 months out of the year for 2 years. So basically, I'll move back for 2 years at some point, like in 2029 or 2030. I'll move back to the U.S. for 2 years, and then sell that property. And it's basically like, a house in Southern California, so it's fairly valuable. And the tax differential versus a rental property versus a primary residence is close to $150,000. So it's enough to make a difference. And I kind of want to be.
Are you renting that property right now? Are you renting out?
Yeah, I have a long term tenant in there. I have a police officer living there right now, so
Oh,
it's really stable. He's been there for 9 years now.
wow.
Yeah, so
So
it's
you're lucky. You're very lucky to have a good tenants. You know.
yeah, especially in California during that whole COVID thing. Like, shoot, there's millions of landlords just got royally screwed because people just stopped paying rent and you couldn't kick them out. So it's a few $100s below market value. So I'm not really making money on it. I just getting the mortgage paid off, the property value's
Yeah,
increasing, but
that's the
taxes
thing. You
are
know. Yeah, that's the important thing. Is
yeah,
somebody pay off your mortgage. You know.
taxes are about $9,000 a year on the property. But the mortgage is getting paid off and it's going up in value. So it'll be paid off. I got it December of 2008 and on a 20-year mortgage with the ex-fiance, and it's fully in my name now, and it'll be paid off. So my savings will easily last the next 5 years. As long as I stay on a normal budget,
Why
and
don't
then
you
eventually.
add more money to your property and then you can pay off in a year or two? You can just add maybe a couple of hundred. You will see how much faster it will go.
So yeah, I refinanced it a few years back when the mortgage rates were pretty low, and
Hmm.
I
Oh,
did
I
that.
see.
Yeah, I've sped it up a little bit. So it's
Okay.
yeah, but either way, I mean, I've got a solid tenant, and then I'll move back in there, live there for 2 years. I figure I'm after 6, 7, 8 years in the Philippines, I'll probably be itching to go back and spend a couple years there, and then make the decision for the rest of my life. I don't, it's hard to say where I'm 42 now, so I don't know where I'll be in 7, 8, 9, 10 years. Like maybe I'll want to move to Argentina or New York City, or who knows, Costa Rica, like Thailand. I mean, I don't know where I'll be. I'm a little bit of a butterfly floating in the wind, but I'm here in the Philippines for the next 5 or 6 years. Not necessarily in Cebu City.
Mm-hmm.
I might, like I think I told you earlier, I might move up to Makati, BGC for a year, and then maybe move to Palawan for a year, and then Bohol for a year, and then just every year move to a new spot, sign a 12-month lease somewhere.
Oh, good
And then,
idea. That's good idea.
yeah,
Yeah, that is a good idea.
How
yeah,
about
because I mean, my baby's only 3 months old, so it's not like the kid's going to be in school, for the next five
yeah.
years, so we can kind of move around a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Is your Filipina okay with that? Moving to another place?
Oh yeah, yeah, she's fine with it. I mean, she likes Cebu. She's from Bohol, so she'd like to move back to Bohol. But if
Mm-hmm.
I'd almost for sure I'd move to Panglao if I was going to move to Bohol, because like I've spent a lot of time in Bohol, in Onda, Panglao, Alona Beach area, and I like Panglao. It's a cool island, little
Mm-hmm.
little resorts and nice beaches and tourists and foreigner restaurants and decent nightlife. I mean, you get out in the province, like you'll see, Stacy, when you get out there in Taliban, like there ain't a lot to do past 8 o'clock at night, man.
No, it
Like,
ain't not Taliban. Taliban is about like the town I live in. After 8 o'clock, it's dead to the world.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah.
But let me see. Is it Palawan? Am I saying it right? Palawan. Crap! It's
Hmm.
there in Bohol. Can you
No,
think what?
Palawan is an
Panglao.
island. Are you saying Panglao? Maybe Panglao?
I think maybe that's how it's pronounced. Panglao, Bohol.
Mm-hmm.
But I always see it on the internet. It's real touristy, kind of like beaches. Might have been what Breavis was just talking about. Maybe that's how it's pronounced.
Yeah, it's definitely the more tourist part of Bohol.
Okay, I think that's what it's called. I'm just trying to
Yeah,
pronounce it wrong.
yeah, and it's not expensive. There's actually some. They got the airport there now. It's just next to Tagbilaran, which is the provincial capital, and there's a lot of subdivisions popping up, and 20, 25, 30,000 a month. You can get a nice 3 bedroom, 3 bath, 2-story house in a subdivision that gated
Dang,
security, everything.
that's
Not
cheap
beachfront.
enough.
You're not going to get a beachfront place for that, but
Yeah,
there's decent spots.
yeah.
Um, I'm not the beach person, so I don't really care. I prefer the city life. Every
Yeah.
time I see people showing the beach, it's just like I'm in Florida. All right, I working in a waterfront. So when I go to like a hotel, check into the hotel, and they say, sir, oh, you're we want to give you upgrade. If you want to pay $20 or $25 more, we'll get you an ocean front. I said, no, thank you. I have ocean front every day, so I don't want to see ocean anymore. Anyway, I
Yeah,
rather
it's like
I yeah. Go ahead, Stacey. So yeah.
it's like me. Y'all seen my videos. I'm out here in the middle of nowhere, just basically. I
Mhm.
got one neighbor south of me, one neighbor west of me, then the rest is my family. Then I'm out in the middle of nowhere. So, seeing something different for a while, besides the country, which I love the country life. Don't get me wrong, but just kind of see something different. Maybe like the city. I don't think I could do the city very long because
Mhm.
I like my peace and quiet.
No, I understand. For me, if I go back to live in the Philippines, number one priority, I gotta have a fast internet. I got to find a place they have a fast internet. That's a
Yeah,
priority. And then probably a fast internet and a good place. I don't need fancy anything like that. I just like Breavis apartment. I'm okay with that.
yeah,
I mean, I have a choice. I have a choice to live in an apartment in like a BGC, or I can live in a big house in the province. Like I've seen those in Bohol, something like that, and or even what do you call it, that place where a lot of expat. Dumaguete, I never been to Dumaguete. I have seen video like you can live in a big house like with a pool like for 600. Yeah, um, I would still rather go live in the city with a smaller place. But that's just me. I like, and I don't plan to have a car. That's why I prefer to live in the city. But we'll see. We'll see
yeah,
what happens. Once
yeah.
I'm there.
Which Brevis can kind of agree with me on this. Now, being a Cebu, I don't think I could drive there. There's no way. And they say Manila's even worse. Now, how true that is, I don't know. There's a lot of traffic there.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
sorry. Can you guys hear me? I don't know
Yeah,
why I pressed that.
yeah.
Yeah, traffic is pretty bad. There's no urban planning. There's potholes. Um, but if you're on a motorcycle, it's actually okay because everything's just 2-3 kilometers away. So even during rush hour, you're still only 15-20 minutes maximum, even in the gridlock. But if you're in a
Yeah,
car in Cebu City or Manila during rush hour, oh man, I wouldn't want to be you. I'll tell you that. Like I get in a taxi like at 5 o'clock trying to go 5 kilometers across town. It could take an hour. I mean, it could
yeah,
take an hour and a half. It's ridiculous. Like they're building more condos. They don't do urban planning like parking lot, impact studies and things like that would happen in an American city. Like they just build, and next thing you know, like there's a big tower right there, and you're like, well, that's a busy intersection. How's that gonna work with that exit from that parking lot? And like, well, it ain't gonna work. It's just gonna be gridlocked,
hmm
um, and it's just getting worse. And Manila's big, so there's parts of it where it's not bad, but yeah, if you've got to drive 10 kilometers across town, going from Makati to Mall of Asia at 6 o'clock in the evening in Manila on a Tuesday, like that's 90 minutes, man. Maybe two
no
hours.
way.
Just to let you know, in Manila, I don't know if you guys know, there's also a limit on there's certain day your car you have a sticker on your car that what that sticker means like you can only drive maybe twice a week, like only Tuesday and Friday. The rest of the day you cannot drive your car to the city. There's a law about that. I don't know if you're aware of that. So
Yeah, that's the license plate coding. They're talking about doing that here in Cebu, and I mean,
mhm.
I'm on a motorcycle, so I would not buy a car here. I just wouldn't do it. I even on a motorcycle, I sometimes don't like waiting in traffic, and I'm in a very central location right near Ayala Mall, so I mean, a week could go by where I literally don't go more than 2 kilometers away from my condo, and so I never really have to drive more than 5, 10,
Let,
15 minutes absolute max.
I don't know much about the bike though. Do you have any do you own the bike or are you renting the bike?
No, I bought it the first day I got here 18 months ago. I bought a motorcycle.
So
I
is
got a
it,
license, I'm registered, insurance, smog check, everything. Yeah, I'm fully legit. I could hit a checkpoint. I'm good to go.
but do you have any concern that somebody will steal your bike or something like that in the Philippines? Is there a concern on that one?
It's a pretty cheap bike. It's just a
Uh-huh.
basic Honda 125cc scooter. Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean, it's an,
what are the
I don't
chances?
know.
What are the chances? Is there a lot of people stealing bike or I don't know? I'm just asking, because You live there, so
Yeah, it happens, but there's enough checkpoints, and I mean, it could happen, but it's it's hard to put a bike on a ferry and take it to another island. You have to do a bunch of paperwork.
mhm.
So if they did steal it, it's it ends up here in Cebu, which is a big island with millions of people and millions of motorcycles. Um, and yeah, they do bust them, and they find like warehouses full of bikes or some mountain
Oh, okay.
province where they're chopping up the scooters. I mean, it
Mm,
does happen, but I don't worry about it, man. There's too much other things in life to worry about than losing a 75,000 peso scooter. And I mean, I'm
mhm,
on my third one. Like, I try to buy them like about once a year, and then pass it off to my girl's brother, or my girl's uncle, or her dad. Like, keep them on my side, and then I ride it for 6, 7, 8 months, and then give it to her brother, and then I'll buy a new one. And I
mhm,
don't let it get to more than 5, 6,000 kilometers before I buy a new one,
mhm.
because I help them out with money, but not a lot. I kind of just say, hey, like, it's not my job to be supporting you, but I'll give you a new scooter, or a 6-month-old scooter. So keeps them
So
on my side.
75,000 for a new scooter?
Yeah, yeah. The Honda
Wow.
XRM 125. It's gone up. It was like 70 when I first got it. Now they're like 75.
Dang.
That's pretty cheap though, huh? I mean, I
Yeah,
don't know about
it's all you need, man. It's pretty solid. I
I
mean, you could spend 150 on a scooter too, but 75 you can get a really good one. The Rusies you can get for like 45. That's what Tatai drives. He just got the little Rusi, and
mm,
I think it's lasted Tatai like 3 or 4 years.
I don't know anything. I never ride a bike, so I don't know much about the bike, and I'm scared of riding a bike. I think it's too dangerous, So just be very careful. By the way, you're living near Ayala Mall, right? So
Correct. Yeah.
are you do you watch Gina? Because she's living in Cebu right now, and do you know where like her place? Is it far from you?
I think she's 10 kilometers away, maybe. She's kind of on
Mm.
like the Talisay Cebu border, the next town down.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
I've got zero interest in her channel. Like, I mean, she's an e-beggar. It's at her core, she's an e-beggar, taught
No,
by the hog.
I was just interested in the view. I thought if I have time, I would like to visit that place. I'm not. It's not like about her, but it's the the place. It's the place, a beautiful place up the mountain. I
Yeah,
like that mountain.
if you check my channel, I've been doing some motorcycle rides through the mountains with some
Oh,
GPS
okay,
tracking, an app. Just like
okay.
little 2-minute rides where it kind of like tracks you through the mountains. And I've uploaded them on my YouTube channel. I'm not trying to plug my channel, but if you want to like kind of see the rides I've done,
Yeah, sure.
you can
Do
see
you
that.
do you have any problem with your cell phone though when in the Philippines, like calling people or texting? Do you have any problem with that?
No, I just used my cell phone from America, brought it over here, put a SIM
For the
card in there
same,
for 40 pesos, and
and they
I
work?
do. Yeah, I'm on Smart, and it's like I do the. It's basically 500 pesos a month. I get unlimited calls, unlimited texts to all networks, and I get 2 gigabytes per day of internet. And then I'm which I never use. I mean, even if I'm not home all day, I still won't use the full 2 gigabytes. And then I'm using Wi-Fi when I'm at home, which is,
Mm.
I probably use 2 gigabytes a day on the Wi-Fi, but out on the road, and if I'm somewhere watching YouTube or whatever, like, I don't use 2 gigabytes a day. And the phone worked perfectly fine. Um,
How's your
I
Wi-Fi? How's your Wi-Fi at home? What's your
usually really good, but like there's like 1 or 2 days a month for a couple hours where it's like either really slow or just cuts out completely. But yeah, last time
what is your upload speed? What's your upload speed?
I'm not sure. I really don't know. Probably not American speeds, but it's good
Oh,
enough. Like, I can press play on a YouTube video, it starts playing automatically. I don't have to wait 10, 20 seconds. It doesn't buffer.
Mm.
I have video calls on WhatsApp all the time with no interruptions. I
Mm.
mean, it's if you're in the city like Cebu, Manila, like even all the provincial capitals like Dumaguete, Tagbilaran, like you're gonna get fairly high speed internet. But you get out in the province, like it's hit or miss.
I was staying with the family in the city in Caloocan. The speed was not that great, and even on my phone, I have an American phone. Of course, I buy the SIM at the airport, and I cannot use it. Some reason it's hard to make a call, even text messages. I always have to borrow my friend's phone. I was like, I have a phone, but can I just use your phone because this is junk. I don't know. It's the chip is bad or it's just so difficult to make a call.
Yeah,
So
now Starlink is available now in the Philippines. It's you buy the satellite and you pay the monthly fee, so you could get super fast internet anywhere in the Philippines, like deep in the province. And if you look on the undersea cable maps of the world, the undersea cables actually come into the Philippines in three spots: Manila, Dumaguete, and Cebu. So those are the three fastest internet portals in the Philippines because that's where the undersea cables come in and then
mhm,
they route to all the other islands from there.
mhm. So what's up, Stacy? Are you retiring? When are you retiring? Are you gonna retire or?
Oh, it'll be at least another 10 years. Yeah, I'm 51, so it'll be at least 10 more years before I can even think about retiring.
Are you retiring in the Philippines or? Oh no, we think we
No.
spoke before, right? You're still gonna
Yeah,
be
no,
in
no,
one
I'm
place.
not going to retire there. I would like to do maybe a few months there and come back home because I already got my own place here. It's paid for. Because like I told you before, I got it when I lost my dad, so it's not
Right, right.
like I have to sell out. I can just come back home at any time, you know, and just because I got family here. My family's right here next to me, and they could watch the place. So,
Right, right.
so I mean, yeah, I could leave if I wanted to go right now to the Philippines. I'd just say, hey, I'm going to the Philippines for a while. Just keep an eye on the place.
Yeah.
So,
So you're gonna be back and forth,
yeah,
probably. Okay. So
yeah.
you're very lucky, Breavis, with your rental property. I would say some people are not as lucky as you are. Did you find your tenant uh, through real estate agent?
No, it's my mom's best friend's son who's a police officer. So
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
and I actually introduced him to his wife like 15 years ago. So
Oh, so he
I've
has to
known
be
him
good.
for
Has to be good with to you. He has to be good to
yeah.
you.
He's good. Like, I mean, if the garbage disposal's backed up, he's not calling to complain. Like, fixes everything. Like, it's a small house on a big piece of property in a really good
Uh,
neighborhood. Um, so he's happy with it. It's below market rent. Like, so it's
Brian Ahern, he has a big YouTube channel. He lived not too far from me, and then when I saw one of the upload that he was here, I was trying to, and then he was saying that he's renting out his property. I know that his house, um, he was renting it out, and I was so like, oh, I should ask him, how the whole thing, like, did he go through a real estate agent and maybe have them maintain, pay like a 10%, something like that. So I want to get information, but at that time he was leaving, going back to the Philippines. Maybe he didn't want to, doesn't have the time. But now we all seen the video that he was having problem with the tenants right now. So, and then I also have a friend used to have because their kids going to school in Florida in Tallahassee, so they decided to buy a house. It's a big house. It's about 4 or 5 bedroom, and then they decided to rent some of the room to the student, and they got a bad tenant. One of the students know how to maneuver, through the loophole. Yeah, basically he stayed there for 1 year, did not pay them. you know,
Yeah, I think the Aherns, they're $50,000 in the hole. They haven't been getting paid rent for 2 years. It's
something
you
something like
can't
that.
evict them.
Yeah, that's kind of very scary. So when I heard that, I said, no, I'm not going to rent it out. Either I stay or I'll just sell it, and that no way I want to be a landlord to have that headache, just not what I'm looking for. So anyway,
Yeah,
all right.
landlords, if you get a bad tenant, you're going to lose money. Like, get a good tenant, do background checks, uh, make sure they've got a legit job and they've had the same job for 5 years. Preferably, they've lived in the same place for 5 years. They're not moving every 6 months and new job and all this. Um, Pabst Kinney is a rental agency in Long Beach. They own like 1,000 apartments and houses, and like so they're the biggest rental agency. They're called Pabst Kinney, and they require you to have the same job for 60 consecutive months, or they just won't rent to you. And you need to
Mm,
make like triple the rental. So if it's 2,000 a month, you need to make 6,000 a month, and you need to have been making 6,000 a month at the same job for 60 months. Otherwise, they just won't rent. And
wow,
uh,
that's good. That's
they're
good.
doing well because it's California. The laws were not nice. I mean, literally millions of people just said, "Screw it, I'm not going to pay rent, and you can't kick
Uh-huh.
me out." So it devastated a lot of small landlords. It just
Getting killed, huh?
have one or two rental properties, and
Yep.
like live in a duplex. They live in one and they're renting out the other ones. Like, people lost their ass. They really did. It
Yeah.
devastated a lot of small landlords.
Yep.
So I
Yep.
mean, without this, I would have had to sell the house. I would have missed that big property increases in price in 2000.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it kind of went down the last 6 to 12 months, but basically 2015 to 2021, it 10% per year practically. It went up in value, so it made
Right.
a lot of
Right.
Wow.
money.
Yep. Yep. All right. Anything else, you guys, you want to share? Any? Because I'm finished with my.
Yeah. No, I don't have anything else going on. But anyway, I do want to say this about Terrence. What I
Mhm.
wanted to ask, since his views are going down, how's he affording this new truck, this Raptor? Because they're not cheap. Because my nephew, he's got one. He bought it used. It's finally paid for, but how's he afford that? Because I'm
He,
keep
he
hearing he's
he
not making but 500 a month on
yeah
SSI.
he paid the truck cash.
Oh,
But
It
oh,
was like 3 or 4 years ago too.
he
It's
paid
older. It's
cash.
like 4 years old.
But
oh, okay.
now they're living poor right now. You see, they forget about going to the hotel. Used to be like almost every week they go to a nice hotel,
Hmm.
and bring a whole bunch of kids, go to swim. You don't see that anymore. So
Yeah, that's
the money already stopped coming in. So they kind of
yeah.
they're just bored right now. So she's stuck with the 80 years old now. Before it was okay, money was flowing in.
Hmm.
She was living like a Adonia, as we would call it in the Philippines. But now, what you gonna do? With but yeah, that's
He's
a
still got a couple big donors that he could count on, like for $500 a month. I'm sure he's making at least $1,000 a month off of YouTube, maybe more, and whatever he's skimming off the top on the construction projects,
Yeah,
whatever he's got saved. Maybe he's got a very small pension in, whether it's in the UK or America.
He got both.
Um,
He got both. He got UK and also in the US. So at least that's easily at least 1,000 or maybe 1,500 probably.
yeah,
So they're gonna, yeah, they're okay. It's not like they're gonna go, homeless. No, they're okay. Oh, by the way, I want to chime in though on Brian Smith. I already said I don't want to talk about them, but I just want to share. It's not bad though. I think this is just my opinion. All right, this is what I think. When he get his social security, I think he's going to sell his farm. It will just probably go private. That's just my theory. Uh, and Others can say whatever they want, but that's just my humble opinion. And I think
Yeah.
he should just think about it. He can get Social Security, and then Marcel and also the kid, little Charlie, can get some assistant, and they can just live on that, and they be okay. So why bother with the farm? We all know that the farm was not making money. How, no matter how you're gonna try to showcase, it's not working. So I
No.
think once he get the Social Security, he's gonna sell the farm. That's just my.
Well, personally, I think he needs to. I'm not going to say nothing bad about Brian, but farming, you got to put money. It's just like any business. You got to spend money to make money. And farming, you got to spend a lot of money. Even though Brian ain't got much, but still, though, it still takes money. And to me, it ain't worth the headache, to be honest, because he's not making that much. He might be doing okay to get him by, but
he's losing money on the farm every month. I doubt he's ever had a profitable month.
No, like I say, to make money, you got to spend money to make money. Yeah, there we go. But no, he's not making that kind of money. Like I say, he might be skimming by, but that's about it. But
yeah, so we probably just gonna be watching another year of O'Brien's. After that, probably he will go, bye bye, on YouTube.
Yeah,
That's just my.
Yeah, I think Brian is 61 now. I think right at it, 61. So yeah, he just might as well get his Social Security at 62 because his views are down on YouTube, and he's not making that kind of money off his farm.
Yeah, Breavis is gonna miss him.
Hey, I hope he starts up Kanos, and then he just runs the restaurant, uploads videos of Kanos every day.
Let me ask you: Are you going to Kano's Burger if he open? Are you going there?
I will. I'll run out on my bill and leave him a 1-star review. Tell him to go kick rocks.
All right, guys. I think that's it for me. Appreciate your coming over and have a chat. Really enjoy this. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Breavis.
Thanks for having me on. Good conversation, guys, and I hope you guys have a great week and great Christmas coming
y'all
up.
too. Yeah. Anyway, I'm finna get off here, and I'll talk to y'all later. Breavis, Jimbo, y'all have a good week and all. So,
bye bye.
All right, bye bye.
Thanks, guys.